Part 2.
All right, if you're here from Reddit, you might need to change your tampon for this one. Boys, all I'm trying to figure out is
Hold on. Reddit millennial soy cucks. Yeah. The millennial soy cucks watch Rick and Morty, which I bet you this nigga watches too, but he doesn't want to be a part of that. What else is there? Funko Pops, yeah, even straight men buy that shit. Stop. Oh, Apple? Oh, Reddit? Yeah, I know your ass is on there. Stop it.
If you're here from Reddit, you might need to change your tampon for this one. Boys, all I'm trying to figure out is how we went from games like this.
I just lost my fucking brother, all right? You hear that? My brother. You and your tower and all this fucking emulsion can go to hell.
God of War is still there, but now there's more of a storyline where, you know, he stopped fighting. He's pussy, bro. Wait a minute. 20 years of badass. Nigga, this game came out 10 years ago. That's not even a part of the conversation of 20 years ago. Essence, he claims that he's talking about the games in the 2000s and then adds games are in the 2010s. What are you on?
Here, you point it in that direction, and you pull this to make it go bang.
Listen, do I come to your job and tell you how to murder civilians?
What?
No. So don't come
Wait.
to my job and...
He's really on YouTube Shorts. You couldn't find it. He used YouTube Shorts. Like there's literally playthroughs you could have went through. Like, why the fuck do I have to see the shorts? You literally went on your PC to watch shorts. That is crazy to me.
tell me how to do mine.
I swear to you, Centurion.
You niggas didn't buy this game though. This came out. This was what do you call it? Not exclusive, but like when the a console, like console launch game. This was a launch game. You niggas didn't buy this stuff. 20 years of badass, by the way.
Not today.
You niggas didn't buy this.
We fight to whatever the hell this is in 2025.
Okay, first of all, it's a good game. Fuck you. Hold on. Let me go back first of all. Not all these characters are gay. Like, he acts like every single one of them is like represents a flag. Like, it's like we're talking about the fucking Bloods and Crips. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Okay, you can't even really say Dead by Daylight, bro. That Dead by Daylight was like a very scary game, but people would rather it be a little bit brighter because it was a dark game. Like, you couldn't see shit type of game. So can't really say Dead by Daylight. Degenerate propaganda. Oh boy. Propaganda, huh? Say less. A lot of the characters don't. Okay, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back here. Dead by Daylight is a game where it's 4 survivors versus someone who wants to cut your throat. Right? So the first couple of killers, which you can see right here, this motherfucker don't care. He's just like, I please the entity to kill. This chick right here, who looks like the fucking nurse from Silent Hill 2, which, would you call that gay? No, you won't. Teleports and fucking chokes you to death with her Mori. You got the Huntress back here, who throws a bunch of fucking axes at you. Right, which, that's kind of manly. A female that throw axes at you, that sounds a little manly to me. A bunch of teenagers, right, that like both male and female, group of teenagers that said, hey, you know what, let's just keep stabbing everybody. And whatever this is, I don't even know, it's a person, but I don't remember the lore for it. No, go back. Every game, especially in the 2000s, but like, you know, obviously up till now, every single one of those games, even your manly games, has at least one cosmetic for pride. at least one. And you'd be like, well, that's what makes Call of Duty gay now. But I thought that was the game. And you know what's crazy about that too? He's talking about single player games, and people only play Call of Duty for the multiplayer. So that also defeats your narrative. That's from part 1 though. So that's from part 1. The whole LGBT thing for Mortal Kombat is the least of its problems. That's literally a nothing problem. Johnny Cage being cooked. Johnny Cage being cooked. Do you remember what happens to Janet Cage? Which you didn't even know that's what it was called, right? Do you remember what happened to Janet Cage during that whole fight? Gets dragged with Goro falling to her death. Where's the cucking there? Wouldn't Johnny be the one to get killed first? Oh no. He just got pushed to the side because Janet's just ready to fight. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, that with the cucking. Okay. I don't know. Ninja Mime is kind of supposed to be cringe. Because, you know, he's an actor. Really makes you think. Like, Johnny Cage's character is played for laughs ever since he first debuted. Like, he went from comedic movie star fighter to I'm a little bit older, you know, more serious. And then reboot happened, and he's kind of back to what he was in the first couple Mortal Kombats. So it's like, that's his character, though. Sorry, games can't have pretty colors and shit, you know, because you niggas buy those. If niggas didn't buy those cosmetics, you know what they would do? Try something else. And if that doesn't work, guess what they'll do? They'll try something else. So if you niggas buy this shit, because as he's saying, games aren't manly anymore, so that means there's more people playing video games. So if you guys don't buy it, and they do, and remember, gaming is mostly for men now. Or sorry, not mostly for now, sorry. Gaming is more men's-sided than women's-sided. So then, I shouldn't be seeing this in the stores anymore because that's not manly. And like you have, as you're saying, like most of the demographic for gaming is male. Oh, but now it's gay, and now it's women and children, right? My nigga, can you look up actual videos and not pick shorts? Can you not just pick shorts, nigga? Like, dude. Holy shit! And this video has like 400,000 views, and you use shorts, my brother. What are we doing?
Can somebody explain to me why everything everywhere has to be gay now? Can I go 2 seconds without some degenerate, non-binary, Hello Kitty ass nonsense in my face telling me how their husband's boyfriend transitioned? I'm sorry if this hurts your fifis, but you can't be gay and masculine. Gayness and
The remakes, or not remake. Is it a remake or remaster? I don't think it's a new game. This game's gonna be made. It's a manly game, you gotta remember. He's just now a father. But being a father is gay. I forgot. This game is still made and has the same type of cosmetics that the previous game had, and just added a little more shit. But you niggas don't play Halo Infinite. Why? Not because it's not a manly game. It's because you niggas hated the direction that Halo went. Say less, bro.
masculinity are opposites. Get mad. Get real mad. When I was first getting into Xbox in 2001, every game was about war and about being a Chad. Now every game seems like it was made by women and dudes with weak arms. If you look back at the 2000s,
People didn't always want to make the same fucking game over and over again, because just like content creation nowadays, it's over fucking saturated. So if I'm a game developer and I think to myself, damn, I'm competing with the titans like Call of Duty, like Battlefield. I'm trying to make the same game as them. What can I do to alleviate that problem? think if I try something else, it might be a risk, but I think I'll do that. Oh, the game's successful. Oh, it's not. Well, we try something new, and there's something else in the market now. Same could be said for these years. Gaming's oversaturated with all the rainbow barf, whatever the fuck. He's saying a lot of games are competing for the spotlight of tac shooter or whatever, hero shooter, whatever, and some of them die. Some of the ones that are like manly, they die too. So like, what are we talking about here?
We really had everything. Dante and Devil May Cry, an absolute unit. GTA, Yakuza, Metal Gear, Chad of War, Uncharted, SOCOM. Then the Xbox was more shooter-focused. Halo, Call of Duty, Gears, Brothers in Arms, Splinter Cell. Last year, I made a video called The Pussification of Video Games, and you can consider this part 2 to that video. I want to give you some fresh examples of the pussification of modern video games and how this happened. You guys are probably tired of me talking about Red Dead 2 and Last of Us constantly, so I'm going to try to throw in some fresh examples. In this video, we're going to take a look at Spider-Man 2 and...
You're gonna get cucked. It's literally the passing of a baton, but okay. The Pussification, Rainbow Six Siege, my nigga. Or it says Rainbow Six, but my nigga, it's the same type of game. Literally, Rainbow Six, it's still the same. It just looks more modern. The more modern slop, like, niggas didn't, I think, no, niggas didn't even buy this game. This is supposed to be quote unquote manly, right? Even though you said it's more modern slop. It's supposed to be manly, but no one bought it. It died. And I think this was a multiplayer game too, right?
And finally, Immortals of Avium.
I can't wait to see how he says Rainbow Six. I can't wait if he says that. Nope. We're not. Fuck no.
One of these egregious examples of Magic Astra Gaming, $1,500.
You know what's crazy? Him shitting on like especially gaming nowadays. How the fuck did he get a sponsor?
Click the links in the
You know?
description to learn more about the Red Magic Astra Gaming tablet. All right, back to the video. One of the most
Whoa, actually, hold on.
PS Remote Play. All these are ready to go. You can play anything from anywhere on this bad boy. Finally, at $550, this...
He sounds like an ad, and he also sounds like some of the woke descriptions he said for the games. He made it sound like that for that commercial. Oh man, they just gave me a script, bro. Okay.
Spider-Cuck 2 exclusively on the PS5. Spider-Man...
Can you have a better fucking graphic, bro? Hire a fucking editor or something. Like, what is this? I can make this shit look better in 2 minutes. What the fuck?
Cuck 2 exclusively on the PS5. Spider-Man 2018 was much more of a 2000s game. Peter was the hero of his own story. This is why I bought a box that says Spider-Man on it. I want to play as a superhero. But oh, you bigoted white man. Insomniac Games is going to get you to pay $80 to watch your hero get cucked. And we all fell for it. This is why, by the way, I always say Sony is just as bad and just as woke as Xbox. Now look, just to be clear, I have no issue...
Wait. I'm so glad I paused at this part. So, Spider-Man's a cuck now in his new game. It's still the same Spider-Man story. He grows up. He becomes a teacher, substitute teacher, whatever. And guess what? He's always fucking late. Why is he always late? Because he's being fucking Spider-Man. And that's who you're playing. You're playing Peter Parker from the comics, maybe in a slightly different way. The story is still the same with different story beats. What the fuck are we talking about? And then Miles Morales. Oh, wait. Everyone loved Miles Morales. I can't say anything about that. So it was a good game. It was a good game, man. He's black. It's all good. But it's good. It's a good game.
With Miles Morales as a character, and I have no issue with black characters in games. Final Fantasy VII, Gears, Walking Dead.
I don't have any issues with black people in games. FF7 was, what's his name? If I edit this video, I'll put it down, but I think it's something Barrett or something. I'm not gonna look it up. He's a side character. He's in your party. He's a side character. Walking Dead had Coach and from Walking Dead 2, and had who was in a Walking Dead 1? I can't think of his name. Walking Dead 1, the black guy was cowardly. And in 2, it was a big, like, I think it's like high school or college football, I think, or basketball. I mean, if it's a black person, it's usually probably basketball. Uh, and he was a big guy. He's always tired and shit. Is that woke though? No, it's just him as a character.
All great games. What we take issue with is that Spider-Man 2 is supposed to be a story about Peter, I don't know, being a superhero. This is why I bought the game. Instead, we play a game in which MJ and Miles Morales are the heroes. They are constantly saving Peter because they are faster, smarter, stronger, and more competent than.
That is so much cap. That is a cap in the hat right now. Cap in America. What the fuck are you talking about? You still play Spidey. You still play Spider-Man. You just also play Miles Morales. If Miles has his own game, that's a good game. Miles is in Peter's story? Ugh, disgusting. I can't believe it.
In literally every boss battle in Spider-Man 2, Peter is either rescued by Miles or rescued by ugly-ass girl boss MJ. Peter is depicted throughout Spider-Man 2 as childish, vengeful, and impotent. Miles, in every instance, is shown as more competent, more wise, more moral, and just a better person in general.
I can't let this go. I'm finally everything everyone needs me to be.
Yeah? You don't even answer my calls anymore, man. And what about MJ? You could have killed her. I know you're hurting, Pete, but you're better than this.
I know, but
This is what the woke.
Okay. You know this nigga doesn't know about Spider-Man. So, I'm gonna help you out, my nigga. I'm gonna help you. So, when Spider-Man had the black suit, he was pushing everyone out, right? Like, he was like, the symbiote was essentially taking over his body, which wouldn't the symbiote be cucking him too? So, is he also being cucked by a fucking alien? Whatever. I'll let you answer that if ever you never see this video. So, the suit essentially made him just more toxic, right? He's still Spidey. You know, he just kind of let the suit, at first he was asleep, and then the suit took over, and then he woke up. He's like, crime fighting happened. I wasn't asleep, but that's shit. If I'm doing good, I'm doing good. And it changed his personality. So then people, helped him out. And people pointed out his bullshit. And in this, I'm pretty sure in continuity, it was also like that. But for this game, it was Miles who he taught him how to be Spidey. Because it wasn't like he just suddenly fucking knew shit. Because I think there was a time skip too. But at the end of Spider-Man 1, he was like, oh, hey, I'm going to teach this kid how to be Spidey. Because, like, just like Batman, like, oh, my Robin, oh, he's hurt. Let me guide him in the right direction and shit. And Miles Morales, who y'all claim is, this is actually a good character among all the new characters that took the mantle of these characters. Those motherfuckers, or you say Miles is like the actual good character, but Miles is beginning power up after power up after power up, especially in the games, let alone the fucking comics. But you niggas don't say shit about that because, he's a character, bro. He's a character. Oh, immaculate, masterpiece, flawless writing. But because it's this game and video games are woke and pussy now, it's bad here.
Activists at Insomniac believe, though. They fetishize black people and say that black people are inherently better and more moral than white people. It's the most insane anti-white propaganda you'll ever see.
Gaming companies have stopped doing this, by the way. Like, you see less and less of them having, like, pride flags and shit. And they only have it for that month, and then it's gone. So you just have to wait a month. But, okay. Alright.
In a game. Insomniac Studios hates white people.
Wait a minute.
White propaganda.
It's on it made Ratchet and Clank. Did y'all bought Ratchet and Clank? I'm sure, right? Of course you did. That's a manly game. Oh wait, no, that's for kids. Okay, you bought Jack and Daxter. I know you brought Jack and Daxter. That's a manly man right there. He's toting a bunch of fucking guns and shit. Oh wait, because it's too cartoony. It's not realistic. Rainbow, how could you forget?
You'll ever see in a game. Insomniac Studios hates white people. In their second big encounter with a boss, Peter is unable to beat Venom.
If you say that they think white people are less than black people, I'm gonna tell you right now, that final suit is horrible. Whoever like designed that suit made sure that Miles is the most blackest stereotype I've ever fucking seen. And part of it is because I think they had Adidas be a sponsor or some shit. So the shoes is whatever. I can understand like having the shoes. His haircut and the mask, atrocious. I feel like that's like unconscious racism right there. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Miles comes in and easily beats Venom's ass. Just for fun, I asked AI, why was the symbiote able to possess Peter and not Miles? The answer was hilarious. Because Peter was mentally weak and Miles is mentally strong.
Okay, the fact you have to ask AI when you played the game, because you played the game, I'm sure you played the game. The fact you have to ask AI is crazy. Because AI typically gives you the most vague fucking answers. It doesn't tell you how, like, Pete has a whole bunch of shit going on and the symbiote just enhanced how he was feeling. It doesn't tell you that Miles was going through his own, like, revenge arc. And by this time, like, he didn't really forgive Mr. Negative, but he was just like, look, shit happened. I'm better than you in terms of like being morally good person. You know what? I won't kill you. No, AI doesn't tell you all that. It just says Peter was weak mentally with no context, and Miles was mentally strong, no context. Queue up this ring, see how it goes. Alright, I'll catch you later, Toshi. Thanks for sticking around, of course. And coming back.
You can't make this stuff up. Throughout the game, Peter Parker is shown as someone who needs to be saved, easily dominated by the symbiote, and driven by revenge.
Here we go. Number one needs to be saved. Not really. But the 2 in Spider-Man 2 means you're playing not only Peter, but also Miles. Whatever. Number 2 is literally a Spider-Man storyline. It's literally in the comics. Which, you want to talk about, oh, I'm a superhero because I'm playing Spider-Man. But you don't know about the symbiote arc for Spidey? That's in all forms of fucking media? That's how I know you're fucking capping. And driven by revenge? Since fucking when? Since when? But please, if anyone can remind me in the comics or tell me in the comments or whatever, what the fuck was his revenge arc? Because I know this nigga didn't play the game, so, and I don't know either. So someone tell me, unless I look it up by myself later. What the fuck's the revenge? What revenge? That was Miles. Miles needed to take revenge. What's his revenge? I don't get it.
Also throughout the game, Miles is shown as perfect without any flaws, never motivated by revenge, and always the virtuous.
This is how I know you didn't play the game. I didn't even play the game and I know more than you. Isn't that fucking insane? He's perfect with no flaws. But the second thing you mentioned was never motivated by revenge was his flaw. And he was motivated by revenge. Like I said before, Mr. Negative. Do you remember in Spider-Man 1, the game you played, where it might have been DLC. I can't fully remember. I think it might have been DLC. But like I said, in the game where you're just like, oh, I'm Spider-Man. Look, that's the whip. I'm a superhero. In the end, Mr. Negative blew up. No, it had to have been the main. I think it was the main game. He and his gang blew up a bunch of people, and you know who died? His dad. Or was it his mom? No, I think it was his dad. His dad died. And you wanna know what happened to Spider-Man 2? Miles is like, I need to fucking go after Mr. Negative and take his life now. And then Peter goes, hell no, man. Look, you're Spider-Man. You can't be doing that. You gotta, I'm passing my morals to you. This is what Spider-Man is. This is how he works. And the good moral one. Yeah, so is Peter, but the symbiote just enhanced his negative emotions. You would know that if you played the game, though.
This moral good one.
Sorry, not even the game. You would know that if you actually knew Spider-Man comics. You know, the thing you want to claim that, yeah, I'm Spider-Man. Say less, brother.
I get that a character with no flaws is boring, but why did Peter have all the flaws in his own game while Miles had none? But guys, this is what happens when you let satanic, homo, LGBTQ propagandists like the entire staff of Insomniac make a game. You get anti-white, anti-male propaganda like Spider-Man 2. Oh, and if you think the Wolverine game isn't...
Oh, anti-white, which Peter's white. Okay. And what do you say with the other one?
Entire staff of Insomniac make a game. You get anti-white, anti-male...
Anti-male, and Miles is black. Maybe just like you, I'm looking too much into it.
Propaganda like Spider-Man 2. Oh, and if you think the Wolverine game isn't going to be ultra woke, you are coping hard, my friend. So let's look at Spidey 1 now. While it would be a stretch to call Spider-Man 2018 based, I think it's true that Spidey 1...
Okay. Spidey 2018 had woke stuff, but was mostly manly. So, if it was woke, was it in the main story? Was it in some side quests? Oh, it was just random things around the world that you wouldn't notice if you just cared about flipping all over the city? I think, call it a hunch, call it some tinfoil hat shit, but I think that's what it might be. Of shit that just happened to be around the world that you wouldn't notice if you just decided, let me flip all over the city. What do I know? I'm just the black bisexual guy. What do I know?
While Spidey 2 is very much an anti-white and anti-male game. In the 2018 game, Mary Jane is more attractive. Peter actually saves MJ several times in the first game, you know, the way God intended it. Men saving women because this is what we are made to do, and we have bigger arms than them. MJ still plays a role in Spidey 1, but she's just a reporter. She's working in her own way instead of being a role in women because this...
That is insane. I'm not even gonna have like a debate about it. What he just said right now is insane.
This is what we are made to do, and we have bigger arms than them. MJ still plays a role in Spidey 1, but she's just a reporter. She's working in her own way instead of being a girl boss and trying to usurp Peter's male authority. Peter faces off and defeats Martin Lee, and then later on his own friend, mentor, and role model, Dr. Octopus. In the game's final moments, the villains unleash Devil's Breath on the city, and Peter must decide whether to save the people of New York or save his own flesh and blood, Aunt May. In a moment of heroic sacrifice, Peter chooses to save the city over Aunt May, who is essentially like his own mother. Despite a couple of woke things in it, Spidey 2018 is an
Point out the woke shit right now. Oh, no way you won't.
amazing game, and it's about the heroic sacrifices we must make in order to become men.
But Rainbow, why wouldn't he point out the woke shit? I mean, it's there, right? He's gonna mention it at some point. Probably not. And you don't want to know why? Because it wasn't in your face. It was a side thing that he wouldn't notice, except when people pointed it out. Right. But let's see. Maybe he will say something. I don't know.
Too bad they completely cucked Peter Parker and made him a mouthpiece for gay propaganda.
This is what New York looks like. See, in DC Comics, things are more, I wouldn't say, it's more like dark and gritty. Well, we'll take Batman, but it's more like people have godly powers. Obviously, there's Batman, but people with godly powers and shit. So usually, like, who cares about the city? That everyone has like godlike power, right? But Marvel is more grounded, so they don't have Gotham City and Metropolis and Star City. They have New York, fucking California and shit. So these are like real places, keep in mind. So when do those real places have shit like this, you know, in real life? Call it a hunch.
In 2023's Spider-Man 2. Moving on. Does anybody remember the OG Rainbow Six games on PS2 and Xbox and then later on 360 and PS3? Bro, these games were so badass. I'm a strong believer that all I need to do is listen to the menu music of a game and it tells me everything about the game I need to know. Also, look at these covers, dude. Squad-based counter-terror, my dude. This was the plot for Rainbow Six Lockdown. In 2009, Rainbow, led by John Clark, deploys the Alpha Team, commanded by Ding Chavez, to rescue the South African president from a rebel army surrounding Pretoria. Elsewhere in the city, the Global Liberation Front, an anti-Western left-wing terrorist organization led by Bastian Vanderwall, steals Legion, a nanite aerosol bioweapon that causes massive hemorrhaging and has a 100% fatality rate. Like, dude, that sounds like a game I want to play, and pretty much all of the Rainbow Six games had plots kind of like this. Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 are the ones most people are familiar with. Terrorist Hunt was very fun, as was the multiplayer. These games weren't like Call of Duty at all. If you just rushed in and started firing, you and your whole team would die immediately. You had to carefully breach doors. You were able to set your...
You know what I just thought of? There's a game like Rainbow Six that isn't pussified, as you would call it. It's called Ready or Not. Did you buy that game? Probably.
Guys up on multiple doors at once so you could attack
I want to see this man's Steam library. I want to see it now.
targets from multiple angles at once, which would lead to much fewer fatalities. So what happened to Rainbow Six? Well, gay-ass Six Siege happened. Rainbow Six Siege came out in 2015, and it's a gay game where you could blow off some steam with the girls at the end of a long day. So like 50% of the operators in Siege are women. Boys, out of the probably 200 operators in Rainbow Six games from 1998 to 2008,
There are women in the military.
do you know how many were women? Like 2 out of 200. And that's actually realistic. In real life, in the real world of PMCs, it's...
But here's the thing, too. There's only like 2 women. 0 female operators. Basically 0. So, let's see. Oh, those are just cosmetics you don't have to wear? Cool. Yeah, sick, bro.
Do you know how many were women?
And all the people that are like you didn't pay for those. And since mostly men play games like that, you hardly saw anyone even rock that shit, let alone even had it in their inventory. Must be me.
Like 2 out of 200. And that's actually realistic. In real life, in the real world of PMCs, it's maybe like 1% women in combat roles. So immediately what we saw with Six Siege and the fact Angela Bassett was their commander now is a pussification.
Okay. Let me put it this way. All these operators are supposed to be specialists, right? In their respective fields. So, because PMCs, you know, they're all men. Is a man gonna really rock a sledgehammer? Is a man really gonna just have smoke bombs? Is they gonna carry a bunch of cameras that you could stick all over the place and watch every angle? Is there a guy who's using a silenced pistol and like killing somebody to see where all their enemies are? Is there regular soldiers and PMCs who actively have multiple what do you call it for mute? It's not sonar detector, but like, you know, cutting off drones and electricity and shit. No, you don't. Shout outs, bro.
And a gayification and a homoification of the entire Rainbow Six series. But nobody cares, and you have brain-rotted Zoomers just eating this game up and still playing it because nobody gives a flip about realism or masculinity or authenticity anymore.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So nobody cares about that, yet people are playing Rainbow Six Siege because it's a tax shooter, and especially now with Rainbow X, even though it has its flaws from what people said, you know, optimization and all that, adds so much more realism now than it did before but because it has some gay cosmetics, it's a horrible game. Okay.
But it gets worse. So the original Six Siege had you fighting the White Masks. All of the gameplay and multiplayer stuff you were doing was just to train for new terrorist threats. The White Masks were one of the threats. And fighting the White Masks was a pretty fun PvE game mode that they later removed from the game. Okay, fine, pretty standard stuff. But in 2020 was when Six Siege really jumped the shark. According to the official lore of Six Siege, in 2020, Angela Bassett retires and puts this cringe millennial hipster dude named Harry, and he's brought in as the new leader of Rainbow Six. That's right, this dude who looks like a barista and has a podcast about his cats is now the leader of Rainbow Six. Bro, I can't do this. So again, you're not going to believe this junk, but this is all part.
Rainbow Six's lore, like a lot of shooters now, is essentially a placeholder. Because like they kind of like gave up on the story mode because you niggas don't play the story mode. So they gave up. Like a lot of games now there's less single player games. I mean, there's still a lot of single player games. I'm not saying there's, but all of the big titles that he's talking about and shit gave up on their stories because all you niggas care about is playing multiplayer with the homies and shit. So y'all don't play single player. So story games or games with some story are put on the wayside. So you know what happens when you do that? Your lore isn't the best in the world. So let's take Valorant, for example. They gave you some cinematic cutscenes of what the world is about. Every new map or every season, a small thing happens for maybe like one or two characters, and you move on, right? Same thing for Rainbow Six Siege. There's a whole thing, like say with the White Mask, then they stopped that. Well, they stopped the single player mode. That sucks. So let's focus on multiplayer because that's the only thing people are playing, not the single player, right? So guess what? The lore falls to the wayside. So they put something in that it wouldn't make sense because there's a point. I don't know if you know this for anybody who does watch this. There's a point where Ash, who was like one of the most powerful operators in the game, actually got like deleted from the selection because she was quote unquote retired, right? And by the way, she's female, so you know females, right? So then that happened. So then they put a dude, right, as the leader, and he's like an acting leader, I believe, because Sam Fisher's right fucking there. So it's not like he's just by himself. He's just doing it all. Like Sam Fisher is right fucking there. You know the guy from the Manly game being Splinter Cell. He's right there.
Part of the official lore of Six Siege now. In 2020, hipster millennial Harry has the brilliant idea to take Rainbow Six, give them all airsoft guns, and turn what they do into a live competition event on stage with a bunch of cheering fans. So I'm sure huge Siege fans are like, duh, Andy, this happened a while ago. But look, I don't really follow this game or the story anymore, and so just recently found this out. I just think it's hilarious that this game is full of gay operators and girl bosses, and you aren't even fighting terrorism anymore, and you guys keep playing this.
Because you niggas didn't care about the story mode. So guess what? They just said, fuck it, we're not going to talk about the story mode. And the game you focus on, you're fighting essentially what would be your own crewmates. So how are you going to make that into the story? Oh, it's, their training arc. It's the same thing for Valorant. Hey, you can fight your mirror matches, you can fight like the characters that you're facing. How do we make that into a lore thing? Oh, they're from another universe, or from another universe. I don't think it's like another dimension. Or is it? No, I think it's another dimension. Actually, I take that back. What's another example? There's another example of a game I can't think of. There's actually a couple. It's like their focus is multiplayer, so that if they do single player, they gotta think about what would the multiplayer context be around, because like I said, you're fighting your own team. So the way they did it, training mode. But let's not think too deep about that. It's just there's a female that must be gay.
Slop. Can Rainbow Six get any worse? Of course it can. Osa was added in 2021 as the game's first man to put on a dress. In 2023, Tubaro was added as the first woman in the game to pretend to be a man. Guys, if you're still playing Rainbow Six Siege, it's time to call your dad on the phone and tell him that his son is gay now. I'm sorry. Rainbow Six is full of girl bosses. It's fully black.
This is unironic rage bait. The worst ever rage bait. Like, there's rage bait where it's ironic. You're like, oh, this is unironic, which is worse.
Black girl. It's fully gay and woke as a brand now. Just go play Squad and Insurgency and Ready or Not if you want a real game. On the topic of Tom Clancy, I was.
Oh, he did talk about Ready or Not, so he does have the game.
Dialogue in the Division 2 that shows this cucked man. Watch this.
Don't be such a baby.
It hurts.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't have punched a wall.
Better a wall than Sarah's face.
She deserves it.
Ow.
You're fine. It's not broken. You don't even need a bandage.
Look, you left that key around my neck and you never thought to tell me what it was protecting?
Guys, why is every modern male character in video games like this? This ugly bull dyke over here is basically the man in the situation. She's the one leading. She's the one being a badass. The guy is like, owie, my fingies hurt. Ooh, where is there a big girl boss that will help me? I'm such a cuck. But guys, this is what Ubisoft has done again and again with their games. I actually don't even want Ubisoft to make another Splinter Cell game because they would just turn Sam Fisher into a gay, disabled black girl boss. By the way, pretty much any of the Tom Clancy stuff Ubisoft did prior to 2015 was usually pretty based. Was just playing Future Soldier tonight and it's full of chads.
It's a big rig, that's all I'm saying.
She got that 6.7 liter V8, so I mean, I figure she's the better deal. Live on a base, not a ranch. That should work.
The final game I want to talk about that captures the complete pussification we are experiencing in modern video games is 2023's 125 million pile of DEI dog shit, Immortals of Avium. Now you might look at the cover and think, okay, tough looking dude, this might be pretty masculine. Then you start the game and realize that you play as this kid. Then he starts talking and it's some of the... Then you start...
Brother, that's the character you play on the cover.
The game and realize that you play as this...
So, wouldn't at some point he would look different? No, he has to be manly from the jump. Yeah, right. I forgot. Silly me.
MCU dialogue you've ever heard.
Did Caleb ever tell you his plans for this caper he's got in mind up in topside?
I think he just likes to say caper.
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 It's a fun word.
Feels sneaky.
Target practice?
Why not?
Bro, I can't take 8 hours of dialogue that got rejected from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Part 5.
No offense, but what we do is kind of like...
Pew, pew, pew.
A Magnus is like... Pow! Bing! Brrrah! I mean,
just imagine the 42-year-old millennial chuckling to themselves as they wrote this. The kids are gonna love this one. But it gets worse. Your name is Jack, and the person you're following, your mentor, is this chick Luna, who is, of course...
Brother, try to get into part of the writing room in a video game studio. Be the change. Be the change that you want to be changed.
A lesbian black girl boss who you're probably secretly in love with and she rejects you. Within the first hour of the game, she dies and the bad guys kill her. And guys, this is not a joke. She is replaced by another lesbian black girl boss who is now giving you orders.
We're almost out of time, Jack. Sandrak attacks us from all sides, and there is no place left to run.
Like, when I tell you that liberal millennial men just have a fetish for being told what to do by black women, are you starting to see it now? Jack, the main character, is a total cuck. He has no thoughts of his own and is just doing what all these black girl bosses tell him to do. Would you believe me if I said it gets even worse, though? At about the 2-hour mark in this game, you encounter a big-backed trans woman who is also bossing you around and
Alright, shut the fuck up, bro. We love our muscle women. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
telling you what to do. This is not a joke. Guys,
You're just insecure. If you think muscular woman is like, oh god, oh, disgusting, you're just insecure.
will these companies ever learn? I've never seen so much money go directly down the toilet drain before. All they had to do was put a tough masculine dude in the game, put a hot chick on his arm who is maybe a damsel in distress.
Proven formula. Proven formula, boys. Hold on. Nuke, sales. Let's see, forever. Wow, the 3D sales? 3.5 mil. Then it dropped down. Weird. Hold on. How many copies? So 3.5. How about wait. Let me just make sure. You know, I don't want to be wrong here. That's 1996. Okay. So the original one, you know, the manly games, the proven formula, 60 to 70,000 copies. 1991, you know, that's where the men of gaming came to be, right? 3D came out, which came out when? Oh wait, no. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, it says 1991 here. What game is this one? Wait, what the fuck? Why does it show it for 2 but then have different areas? Okay, that's fucking weird. Oh, it's supposed to be this one. Duke Nukem 2? Oh. Okay. Let's see. Which was like the newest Duke Nukem? Like the newest. Why does it keep saying 3.5? I know these niggas, it wasn't always 3.5. Like, fuck about it. This might be cut from the video, by the way. I need to know the sales numbers. I need to know it. Was it Duke? Oh wait, it's Duke Nukem Forever, right? Let's see, how much did it sell though? Duke Nukem Forever sales. That's what I need to do. Sales. So 1.5 mil. It's a proven formula, but it made less money than all the other ones. Proven formula though. Absolute fucking cinema. And in second place behind LA Noire. But LA Noire isn't as manly as Duke Nukem. Proven formula. Got it. Yes. I'm just doing a reaction video. And I do more research. Insane.
Done. Go and print your money. All right, so what should I compare Immortals of Avium with? I mean, I could really pull anything from the 2000s and it would look better by contrast. Red Faction Guerrilla, Mercenaries 2, Splinter Cell. But just because I want to talk about it, Army of Two. This game is literally like an injection of testosterone when you play it. It's just buff dudes shooting guns and saying badass stuff. Watch this cinematic and tell me this isn't the most badass thing ever.
Badass. Army of Two. The manly game sells less than 1 million. And the Devil's Cartel, which is the third installment, 260,000. But that's the manly game. Surely if there's a lot of males in the male-dominated space of video games, like there's no, and this is 2008. So, you know, this was the peak of masculinity in gaming. Surely that's supposed to say over 1 million, right? Surely. What is this? Google AI? Oh, I mean, AI gives you such a vague, like, numbers, right? Such vague descriptions. Kind of like that Spider-Man 2 you were talking about earlier. Or, yeah, I think it was in the previous video, I believe. Surely. It should have over 1 million. Oh, but it only has 831,000. Huh. Damn. That's some shit.
In his farewell address to the nation, President Eisenhower left America with a strong warning. Ernest Stockwell, CEO of Security and Strategy Corporation, says that warning was misguided, and our future depends on the private military.
To fear the military-industrial complex is to fear progress. Look at the operation in Somalia. 35 U.S. soldiers dead, hundreds wounded. But not a single private contractor was injured in the operation. We outperformed the military and achieved all our objectives flawlessly.
So basically, the American government calls back its troops and forces and just says, we're going to have Tyson and Rios handle everything now. Could there be a more badass intro to your character in a game? See, boys, games from the 2000s were all about male, masculine fantasy. We want to be the hero of the story. We want to be at the center. We want to save the women and the children and the damsels in distress. All of the women...
Play Mario. Oh wait, it's Nintendo. It's a good game.
Men should be obsessed with us. Video games have always been about male wish fulfillment. Xbox wonders why they had to lay off 9,000 people this year. It's because you quit making video games about male fantasy and you...
That is not the reason, and you fucking know it. That is not the fucking reason.
Put a bunch of gay nonsense in your games. It's as simple as that. But in closing here, I want to talk about the real reason for the pussification of video games, and it's a couple things. Number one, we let too many women into the video game industry.
What do you mean?
If you look at this chart here, women have been trending more and more liberal in America the past 20 years. And the big problem is that we have been hiring and allowing these liberal women into our hobbies.
Women!
Last of Us, which came out in 2013, games like Last of Us and Life is Strange in 2014 started this whole movement of people talking about, quote, empathy in video.
Empathy in video games has always been a thing in different gaming. Different gaming games that, you know, you ignore because you gotta create this narrative. And just like Last of Us, God of War, the newest one, plus Ragnarok, has the same thing. But it's Kratos, so, you know, he beats up niggas even though it's like, oh, but he's pussy. No. Sometimes men realize that not every, just like Kratos, men don't always need to fucking fight. And you might think, oh, well, women have that problem. We men, we always must fight. Nigga, look at the, if you want a prime, like one, I'm not saying the only, but one of the prime examples of men who fought their way and still live to tell the tale, look up any fucking gang. The Mafia, Crips, Bloods, fucking cartel. There's a reason that there are some old heads. Because they realized, why am I always going to be fighting? Even like as I get older and older and older. Fuck it, I'll let you niggas do the shit. Or fuck it, there's different means of like fear and intimidation and shit. It just happens that these are father figures, which wouldn't a men's fantasy be, like he said, trying to protect the women and the children, the damsels in distress, the male fantasy. Sometimes the male fantasy is being a fucking father and saving, like personalizing and saving, you know, those who are close to you. But that's not the male fantasy. It's just guns and fucking muscles and your big dick. Shout out, bro.
Video games are no longer about male fantasy.
Did you buy this game? Because this game flopped. This game flopped. Did you buy this?
They're, quote, art now. Games are art and are about learning to empathize with others.
Gaming. Wait. No. I'm not letting you get away with that one. The video games are art crowd created all the problems we see now. We only pointed out games art as an art in late 2010s. But this has always been a thing. Like, you couldn't have said movies are art when movies first came out, and even like back then. Because all it was it's a movie. It's an art, but it's an art form, just like video games are an art form. And just like any art form, anyone can make fucking anything. So if anyone can make anything, then there must be manly games for you out there. A whole lot of them. Because anyone can make video games. Especially now, there's so many fucking indie developers, like small studios, who, especially some who make games that you want. So I expect, if I ever see your Steam library, I expect nothing but those games. I expect not just from the early 2000s, but like the late 2010s. and all of 2020s. I expect nothing but those games in your library, and in a game that's like Call of Duty, I should see no cosmetics that aren't manly. And if I catch you with one, your entire delete delete both videos, maybe even your entire channel.
Art and are about learning to empathize with others. People beginning to talk about video games like this 10 years ago is exactly why we're in our current predicament. Video games are not about empathy. They're not about being some trans goblin. They're not about learning from people different than us. Video games that men will go out and pay $70 for have always been about one thing: male wish fulfillment. We want to be the hero. We want to be at the center. We want to blow shit up. This is our
Why'd you niggas make Fortnite millions and millions and billions of dollars? It's not a manly game. It's cartoony. Oh, wait, because it's a battle royale. Tell me why tell me what happened with PUBG when Fortnite came out. Because, like I said, men mostly dominate the space for video games, right? Mostly dominate. So what happened to PUBG? I mean, there's still people who didn't want to play Fortnite. Makes sense. They kept playing PUBG, but where'd they go? Did they go to Fortnite? They probably did. And because that's where all the homies went, guess where you went? Your dumbass was there cranking 90s in Fortnite. But that's a discussion you don't want to talk about. It's just how things are pussified. You get 2 thumbs up for me, baby. 2 thumbs up. By how fucking dumb you are.